What's up, guys? It's been quite a while again, so I guess it's only fitting that we get started with a life update and what I've been into lately. So let's go. I've not posted or uploaded for a while because life happens and we lose and gain interests in different things, or in this case, different games. I started this year playing a mix of Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, Dota 2, and a couple of other Souls-like games. However, as summertime came around, I weirdly found myself back into the MMO genre. It started with the beta for Once Human, which released just 5 days before the making of this video. Then I played some Diablo 4 just to check out the massive overhaul to the game that a lot of people received positively, by the way. Then a little Ragnarok Online, which I will link it in the description as well, since the server I played on was a friend's. Anyway, we are finally here in this moment where I am currently playing RF Online Origin. RF Online, or Rising Force Online, was initially released in Korea back in August of 2004 before making its way to North America in February 2006. The game features 3 races all fighting for control of the Halo Stone Keeper, a massive creature found at the center of the Crag Mine that is just one of the many areas you can explore in the world of RF Online. As I mentioned, the game features the following 3 races you can play as, starting off with the Akrisha Empire. These are humans that have foregone all blood and flesh and, in turn, have uploaded their minds into these highly advanced robotic bodies of steel. Each race has a unique class, with Akrishans being able to use rocket launchers and flamethrowers with siege kits to bring devastation and ruin to anyone opposing the Empire. Next up, we have the Holy Korra Alliance. These are essentially the elves in the game, and they wield a wide arsenal of spells and have the power to summon different creatures or animus to aid them in battle. There's one for healing, one for tanking, one that does a lot of crits and stuns, and one that deals a ton of damage. Finally, we have the Bellado Union. They're kind of a mix of the Akrishan Empire's technology with the Korra Alliance's magic-wielding abilities. The highlight of this race is the Rider class. As a Bellado Rider, you gain access to MAUs or massive armor units that are either classified as Goliath or Catapult, with the former being the tanky, melee unit, while the latter is the high-damage, ranged unit. Now that we've covered the basic introductions of each race, let's get into the plot of the story or the game. I mentioned that these 3 races are all vying for control of the big bad creature at the center of the mine, but why? Well, to put it simply, each race has their own control chip that they use to mind control the Halo Stone Keeper into being friendly to their race. Every 8 real-world hours, the Chip War event commences. Here, the 3 races get to fight over control of the Keeper with the main goal of destroying one of the other race's control chips. This event has a time limit of 2 hours, wherein if no control chip is destroyed, the result will be a draw and the Halo Stone Keeper will be aggressive towards all 3 races. If your race wins, however, you will need to protect the player that gets the last hit on the control chip or the chip bearer and escort him or her to the core to deliver the chip and install it onto the Keeper. During this time, the Keeper is dormant and will not attack anyone, which is also the time you need to protect the Keeper from the other races that may try to kill it. This defense will go on for 30 minutes until the chip is installed and the Keeper becomes friendly to the winning race. If the other races manage to slay the Keeper within that time, there will be no ores to mine even if your race won the Chip War, and the ores that were supposed to be supplied by the Keeper will carry over to the next war. The race that controls the Keeper controls the mine, and whoever controls the mine, well, they get to mine. What's so special about mining, you ask? In mining, you get ores that vary in color and grade, with the highest being +4 grade and +1 is the lowest, but what do you get from these ores? Different colored ores give different types of crafting materials that certain classes can use to craft weapons, armor, and ammo. Ores are also the source of weapon upgrade materials called talics, which you can use on weapons and armor to make them stronger and or have an element of earth, wind, fire, and water. Gems are another resource you get from processing ores that come in different tiers as well. They're used to increase the odds of a successful weapon or armor upgrade. With all that said, race wars and mining aren't the only thing you can do in the game. You can party up or even solo and slay the different pit bosses present in every area or map. These pit bosses can drop high-quality gear and materials that will always be useful to any party or player that gets them. If you're in a guild, your guild leader might have scheduled a guild versus guild event where you go up against a different guild and gain guild points and currency as well as other guild-only perks. Don't forget that this is an old Korean-style MMO, meaning it's a grind fest for most of the time, depending on the server you're playing on. When you first make your character, you'll notice when you look at the character window and click on the ability info, you'll see these different bars labeled: melee, range, your race's special ability, shield, and defense. Aside from experience, this is where the grind can also be tough. Again, it depends on the server you're playing in, but here at Origin it's really not bad and is quite easy to max out. Anyway, these points are needed to equip gear and weapons at different levels. As you progress through the game, you'll find gear that require a higher ability point to equip. Don't worry though, as you'll almost always be able to wear your gear just by going through the leveling stage and gaining the ability points along the way. Your access to skills are also subject to this point system, where you will also need to hit a certain number of points to access the next tier of skills. Again, that's really not a problem here with RF Origin, as the server is a mid-rate server just based on how it feels to play and progress through it. They've also got a ton of events you can join to get currency and gear, one of which is just simply hitting level 55 and hitting a given number of hours online or play time. Now, I've played on a lot of different RF Online private servers through the years, and I can really say that RF Origin is one of the good ones just off how they treat the player base and the load of events and activities they come up with to keep everyone locked in and interested. If you're looking to try and experience a classic MMO with a number of tweaks and improvements to the overall gameplay, I suggest giving RF Origin a shot. They've got a new server opening this July 17th, which is just a day from when this video gets uploaded, and I'll be there too with you guys in the new server. I'll be playing on the Acretia side. So if you want to party up, that is where I will be, and I hope to see you all there, and I promise you we are gonna have a lot of fun. The links are in the description below. Go check them out for more info, and I hope I have given you guys enough knowledge on the basics of the game. Obviously, there is a lot more to unpack, but that's all I can come up with now that's off the top of my head, so I really look forward to seeing you guys there. As always, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the bell and all that to be alerted whenever a new video pops out. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Cheers!